Okay, come sit down. We're gonna read a story, okay? The story's called Just Big Enough. Okay, ready? Okay. Every morning on my way to school, I sit in the same seat on the school bus. I like my seat because it is between two of my friends. We talk and laugh all the way to school. It's the best. But one morning, a big kid took my seat. I knew it was just a mistake. "Excuse me," I said. "You're sitting in my seat." The big kid didn't move. He didn't even look at me. I guess he didn't hear me. I sat in another seat. Oh, that's not very nice. At recess, the big kids were playing football. I want to play football too. Do you know football? This is what a football looks like. You guys see that? Yeah, you throw it. That's how you play football. You throw it. Yeah? It's pretty cool, hey? But when I asked, they said I couldn't play because I was too small. That made me feel bad. Did that make you feel bad? Yeah. Me too. At lunch, the big kids got in line first and took all the cupcakes. I told them that they had to share, but they only laughed at me. They told me the cupcakes were just for them. That didn't sound right to me. I was mad. A cupcake just like this. How would you feel if someone ate all the cupcakes and didn't save any for you? It doesn't sound very nice, does it? I wish I were bigger, I said to my friends. Then no one could sit in my seat on the bus or say I can't play football or take all of the cupcakes. My friends agreed. They didn't get any cupcakes either. And I know they're good at football too because we play in the park together after school. Oh, they're eating lunch. And there's them. They're eating all the cupcakes, just like this one. That night I couldn't sleep, so I read a comic book in bed. The story was about a super smart hero who built lots of inventions to stop the bad guys. And that's when I got a great idea. What do you think his idea was? Yeah? Well, let's see. The next morning, I asked Mom and Dad for some supplies. I needed wood, glue, and tin foil. Little sister let me use some of her art supplies too. Oh, I wonder what he's going to build. "What are you making?" asked little sister. "A growing machine," I said, just like the hero in my comic book story. I carried everything out to the backyard. That would be my secret lab. Ooh, a secret lab. I worked on the growing machine all morning. When it was finished, I sprinkled glitter on it so it sparkled, like the one in the comic book I had read. I made a helmet and a vest out of tinfoil. Then I put on my tinfoil suit and climbed into the growing machine. It was time to try my invention. There's the growing machine. That's pretty cool, hey? Oh, there's him with his tinfoil hat and his vest, all ready to start growing. I sat in the growing machine all afternoon. I read comic books. I took naps. I even ate my lunch in there. Oh, we gotta eat lunch in there. That's pretty nice. When it became dark, Dad came out to my secret lab. "It's time to come inside," he said. Did I grow? I asked. I sat up straight, puffed out my chest, trying to look as big as possible. Dad looked at me very closely. He shook his head and smiled. "You look like the same little critter to me," he said. "Maybe I should sleep in the growing machine," I said. Dad didn't think that was such a good idea. What do you think? Do you think that would be a good idea? The next day, I went to Grandma and Grandpa's farm. "What's the matter, little critter?" asked Grandpa. I told Grandpa all about the big kids at school and how I was trying to get big too, so that I could do all the things the big kids could do. "I know just how you feel." "You do?" I asked. Grandpa was one of the biggest critters I knew. How could he know what it's like to be little? Let me show you something, Grandpa said. Grandpa took me out to the meadow. Look at those 2 horses, he said. You see these 2 horses? Which one do you think is the fastest? The big one, I said. That question was easy. Am I right? I asked. What do you think? You see a big horse, little horse. Which one do you guys think is faster? Okay, well, let's see. Let's see, he said. Grandpa let the big horse and the little horse loose. They started to run across the field. At first, they were neck and neck, and then one pulled ahead. Do you know which one it was? Was the fastest? The little one. I didn't know how, but Grandpa knew just what to do to make me feel better. That's a nice Grandpa. The next day at school, I asked the big kids again if I could play football. When they said I was too small, just like this, see? He's pretty small. I started to get mad. I challenge you to a relay race, I said. The big kids against the little kids. The big kids laughed at first. Then they saw that I was serious. They said, okay. The whole school came to watch the race. We lined up in the schoolyard, 3 little kids and 3 big kids. I was nervous, but I ran as fast as I could. So did my friends. And you know what? What do you think happened? Yeah? Oh, let's see. The little kids won. We did it. We did something better than the big kids could, and that felt great. I didn't feel so small anymore. So I guess sometimes being small is just big enough. That end. Huh? How do you feel? You think sometimes being small is just big enough? Yeah? Oh.